This past January, my best friend Brooke and I decided to study abroad in Barcelona. Leading up to our flight, we were excited, anxious, and optimistic to see what this new city will bring. When we got to the airport, we said bye to our parents, dropped off our luggage, and went on our way. 8 hours later, we finally landed in the beautiful city of Barcelona. As we got off the plane, we were quickly greeted with our program advisors. They were so welcoming and transported us from the airport to our apartment complex, which would be our home for the next month. Brooke and I were in a beautiful 3 bedroom apartment with 6 other girls. In our room, we had 2 twin beds, a balcony, 2 desks, and our own bathroom. After getting settled in, we started exploring the beautiful streets of Barcelona. We went into several coffee shops, grocery stores, clothing stores, and more. It was fascinating to see all the cultural differences that there were. The next day, we had orientation where we met our classmates and professors and got a breakdown of what was going to happen within this next month. They showed us where we would have class and then took us all out to get a traditional 3 course meal. For my main course, I got paella, which is one of Spain's most popular dishes. This dish is filled with rice, vegetables, and shrimp or chicken. A few days after getting into the routine of class and touring around the city, we wanted to experience Barcelona's nightlife. We went to a bar and met up with a bunch of school friends and sang, danced, and had a good time. After about an hour, everyone decided to taxi over to a different club. One second I was with my friends, and then the next I am alone wondering where everyone went. After trying to get in touch with them for a few minutes, I decided to leave the bar and get into the front seat of a taxi by myself. Right after I shut the door behind me, I had immediate regret and felt very uneasy about the situation. From the start, our program advisors made it very clear to us to never go anywhere alone at night, let alone sit in the front seat of a taxi driver's car. The club wasn't that far from the bar we were already at, so I figured I'd just stay in the taxi. Shortly after, I realized that this was the wrong decision. The taxi driver quickly picked up that I was not from Spain and made me very uncomfortable. First with his words, then physically. Without going into detail, this incident changed my whole mindset of being in Barcelona. I had horrible anxiety for the next few days trying to piece together what exactly happened that night. Eventually, I came to the conclusion that it would be best to tell my program advisors what happened. After speaking with them and my parents, they asked if I wanted to speak to a therapist or if I wanted to go home. Only being there a few days and having something like this happen to me was terrifying. I would randomly break down and have trouble sleeping. Even though I was in a dark place, I knew I had the strength to overcome this incident and stay. After a lot of contemplation, I decided to continue my study abroad experience in Barcelona. I didn't want to let this horrible taxi driver ruin this once in a lifetime experience for me, so instead I changed my own actions. I was way more cautious of my surroundings, made sure to never be alone, and watched the amount of alcohol I was drinking. I am so happy that I decided to stay. Even though it was difficult at first adjusting to a whole new culture, I would never take it back. I became more independent, more appreciative of diversity, and became more open minded. Studying abroad truly was a life changing experience, and I recommend it to everyone.